to the Berglund family, the Clyde Milster
family in St. Louis, sending tape which we made up in Ignace a number of years ago. The first tape, which has been missing for a long time, was recorded at the time Peter and Eleanor were in New Zealand. Neil and Wayne are understandably present in the background, therefore. I hope you enjoy them as much as we did making them.
And as they ate their sandwiches, they threw all the scraps and the papers out right out the car window.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to Mr. Russell after theirs, how can you keep a place clean when you have people like that?
Yeah.
So I politely walked over there and I picked up all the breadcrumbs and the papers and opened the car door and threw them in. I said, you lost something. You dropped it.
And what did they have to say to that?
Well, I just walked away and left them. So they asked me if they would rent a boat. I said, No, he said, do you rent boats? I said, yes, but I said, I'm not renting you one under any consideration. Now, why? I just drove away from down here. Oh, yeah. How about your fun?
By the way, I buried those fish that we cleaned out. I presume that's your family burial ground, is it?
Which?
Right there by the table.
Yeah.
Like community graveyard.
Yeah.
That ought to grow pretty fair crops in there before long. The Indians used to plant one fish with each
potato.
With each grain of corn or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Potatoes.
In each corn hill, they used to put one fish. This little Manhattan or whatever it is. It's a little Manhattan. It's a sort of minnow or sort of a sardine or something.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, we're all set up now.
How many did you get this morning?
We got one walleye and a dozen or so northerns.
How big is the northern?
The northerns went from the largest one I weighed was 6 pounds. That was on a Delier.
Did you have a key?
Me.
Did you have a key?
Is that recording now?
Yeah, that's recording.
Well, boys, speak up. If you want
Speak up and say,
if you
forever hold your peace.
If you got a message for the Kellys, speak up now.
Yeah, it's recording. See it light up over there? She's recording.
Bill, Clyde just gave me the key to the second leg and says the second leg is no good. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, all I gotta say is the second leg didn't treat me very nicely this time.
You should try last leg.
I did.
Continue.
We caught one little stinking perch.
You didn't even catch a speckled trout, did you?
Didn't even catch a speckled trout out. Yeah, we caught one. We caught a speckled trout over in Notman.
Oh, yeah.
And he was about, I guess he must have been all 7 inches long or so.
Yeah, well, Mr. Kelly's the only one that can catch speckled trout last leg.
Well,
if he come up here, he should be up here right now. And who was you weren't down at Lost Lake today, were you?
No.
Well, this other party came down and said there was 10 boats on Lost Lake and nobody was catching any fish.
Yeah. Well, now this
So you see, if Bill was here, then there would be one boat catching fish.
Huh. That's for the birds. Bill Kelly and I fished too often together.
Well, you know, I've fished with Bill Kelly and the odd time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't just quite agree with you because any time he's gone out, he's proven to me that he can catch fish. And lots of times I haven't gone with him, he's brought the fish home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how he gets them, I'll never know. You don't suppose that he used those square hooks that Derpy uses?
Well, I don't know. All I can say is that I've been out with Bill and I've held my own pretty well.
Oh yeah, I know that. But anytime you've been here, you just...
Yeah. But I'll tell you this: I never in my life worked harder and got less fish than I did this time. I mean, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Because doggone it. Now, yesterday, for instance, over at Sandbar, I caught a jillion fish.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I caught at least 30 odd. And we turned them all loose except for about 4 or 5 I brought in. The ones we ate for lunch today were ones from Sandbar.
Yeah.
And we gave a couple to Stuart there at the gate.
Yeah.
So that means that we brought in 5 fish. The only ones we brought in weighed 1.5 pounds or more. So we had 5 fish over 1.5 pounds out of 40 odd. Now that's not very big. That's not exactly king size walleye.
The fish are. I've never in all my days seen so many small fish caught.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many fish caught,
Mm-hmm.
and be so many. If there's just a few fish caught and then they were all small, I've seen that before. But when they get up, they go out in a day's fishing and get anywhere between 75 and 100, and still can't get one over 3 pounds.
Mr.
That's most
Kelly got
unusual.
all the big ones last time he was up.
Yeah, we got the few, but
Well,
yeah, you didn't get them all by any means.
I have not caught any walleyes here larger than 8 pounds. I've not caught any pike here larger than about 13. And they don't seem to be so numerous anymore.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, nowadays when this morning when I tagged this 6-pound northern, I figured I had a fair sized fish on,
Yeah.
and I did because what happened to him, I don't know how he managed to do it. He got the tail hook in his mouth, then he wrapped the other one around his head, and then he wound up the line a couple of times. So instead of hooking him by the mouth like he normally do, I had a noose around his neck, and he was getting quite a purchase on me.
Yeah.
You know, fish do just the very tip end of his snoot pulling on you. It doesn't pull half as hard as one that gets about halfway around his middle and gets broadside to you. I tried that with, talking about these red hearts and these shuckers and whitefish we saw over here in the rapids. Down at Kentucky Lake last summer, there was the intakes for the power turbines down there. Start in a whirlpool. I mean, just like when you pull a cork out of a drain, the water goes around, forms a funnel. And down there, at the particular time we were there, was in June, the shad were running. That's an annual event. And these shad can't go anywhere on account of the power of this big power dam. So they have to stay in Kentucky Lake, but they migrate, some of them migrate down, some of them migrate up the river. I think it's just so far, and the water's going out through this turbines, you see. And they just go around there, and so help me, they're so thick that you can't throw a hook in there and not tag one. Now, that may sound like so much malarkey, but it's an absolute fact.
That sounds
Sounds
good.
like Marshall.
We have
Oh, Marshall is like the Sahara Desert in comparison to the way that water is around the intakes. But I'll tell you what we did, Wayne. You can just take an ordinary daredevil or a plug or anything else you want. You throw out there and you couldn't possibly drag it back without tagging a fish.
They could eat.
No, they're too full of bones. Well, getting back to what I was talking about, they have striped bass down there that feed on these shad. And what you have to do is to flip a thing out there with a weedless hook. Don't snag anything that the burst is up against. You flip a weedless hook out there and let it settle about 3 feet before you start to retrieve, because about underneath all these shad are these stripers down there making heyday out of the free meal. And I caught several stripers. I caught one striper down there, went over 3 pounds, and the boys at the dock thought he's going to be the biggest striper taken there last year. But it wasn't. Missed by about 5 ounces, I think it was. But at any rate, while I was messing around in there, I tagged a red horse foul with a hook like that. A weedless hook, you know, with a with one of these weed guards on it. They tag him right square under the little fins in front, you know. They tag him right at the base of one of those fins. If you think that I didn't have an outboard motor by the tail, you should have been there. First of all, he had this power turbine. You see, the suction from this intake, which is just pulling stuff down. And then, in addition to that, he was hook foul, and he weighed 10 pounds on a scale on the dock.
Oh my.
And doggone, it took me nearly 30 minutes to get him up into the boat because I was using these same little 9-pound lines and about a 4-pound leader. I finally got him in, but I'm frankly admit I had a lot of fun with him.
Well, that's just like me. We got this whitefish at Sandbar Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Weighed over 6 pounds, and we were on one side of the fall, and he was on the other. And we could see this pole bending, and he was working away, and the fish kept going into the current all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we stood there watching for a while, and then I said to Wayne, I said, we better go over and help Neil. I think he must have a whale on. The way this rod was bending, the way he was struggling. Of course, we get over there, and I finally got Neil talked into getting them out of the current.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once he got him out of the current, by then he was all right. Then we dragged him up amongst the rocks.
Yeah.
But when you hook a fish back about 3 or 4 inches from his nose, and they weigh about 6 pounds, you got a battle, I'm telling you.
More fun when it's in the current, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lots of fun. There's no doubt about that. Lots of fun.
Those suckers put up quite a fight.
Well, you know something? I tied into...
Well, he knows he catches all the stuff.
I took a boat up northern yesterday over at on a sandbar, and he wasn't, I don't think he was too damn heavy. I reached over to pick him up. I don't like to bring him in with a net because, damn it, they get the hooks all wound up in the net and all that sort of stuff. So I reached over with a glove, a gloved hand, to pick him out of the water, and I picked him up. I was about halfway out of the water, and he gave a jerk. By George, he snapped one of these braided stainless steel leaders for me. And I'll bet you didn't go over 5 or 6 pounds. He snapped a leader that's supposed to be a 20-pound leader. That gives you an idea. Oh, by the way, I did have some fun over at Second Lake this morning. I caught 3 bass while I was over there trolling around the Indian's cabin.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You caught them trolling.
2 of them, no. 1 of them trolling and 2 of them casting.
Did you go up in that rock in the middle of that bay there?
Yeah.
Kelly's
Where
Rock?
the seagull is. By the way,
Kelly's Paradise.
well, you know where the seagull's nest is that we showed you?
Yeah.
Well,
Kelly's Rock.
yeah. Well, those seagulls are hatching now. And while we were there, a little seagull was poking his snoot out through a little hole he made in the egg.
Is that right?
Yeah. Irma sat on a rock while I went down and messed around on those big rocks further down the bay. And that mama seagull didn't like her up there at all. She was making a power dive.
Yeah.
At the last minute, she'd wheel off and looked like somebody coming in strafing.
We used to steal their eggs, and back in the years when I was fire engine, you know, we all that we had was flour and bacon, and of course after we had gone 2 to 3 days from home, we had no eggs. So we used to watch these seagulls nest, and we'd mark the egg that was in the nest. Then we'd go back the next day. If there was a fresh one there, we'd take it and make cakes and use it for pancakes. And you'd never know that they were fish eggs.
Oh?
I mean,
Gull eggs?
gull eggs, no. In baking, they're just as purposes
Why,
the
George, when you eat one fried, I'll bet you it doesn't taste like
Oh, I don't think that I would like to have them fried. But in pancakes and baking, you never know. They serve the same purpose as a domestic egg.
What's that, the airplane right there?
Yeah. Well, you gonna play the Kellys tune?
Not unless you play the
No.
piano.
Well,
Oh, listen to your new diesel.
yeah.
That's got a nice musical horn on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
making it light up.
Well, you get your clarinet tuned up there, and you want to play a tune.
You don't play piano?
Alright. We haven't played a tune together since,
Last year.
well,
Last summer.
last Christmas. I don't know that even at Christmas time that
No, we
played
didn't play
a tune
anything for
together.
Christmas.
Oh, is that right?
I don't think so.
Well, where does this plane based on? Is he based up at Kenora part of the time or something?
Playing here? No, he's based here all the time.
Well, now one night he didn't come back.
Well, then he was out someplace
No.
for a
Out of
purpose.
the fire.
Alright.
Out of the fire.
Yeah, like the out of fire, maybe it was, it may have been too late when he landed to come back. It could have been dark, you see, by the time he got back, and he wouldn't take a chance to take it off, he'd wait till next morning.
Or they might have pulled the plane out of here for a big fire someplace, maybe around Dryden.
Yeah, if they have a big fire someplace else, and they, like if they have a plane from the forestry department in Lookout have a big fire, they'll charter this plane from here, call this plane, and then he'd been maybe gone for 2 or 3 days transporting firefighters back and forth from the.
Maybe you should turn it off.
Well, I don't remember what Irene mentioned about, but
Well, let's see. She wanted to know about the napkin.
well, the napkins are.
Napkins and tablecloth.
Well, the tablecloth we know about.
Yeah.
Elmer's got that.
But Elmer paid no duty on any of that stuff. But Mary suggested holding the napkins here until, and she would write Elmer and see if she wanted them or not. If she wanted them sent over there, they by now they would have made up their mind whether they're going to stay 3 years or more. And
Have they indicated anything up to now?
well, we got a letter yesterday, and she said it was, if this is fall, she said, I hate to think what winter's going to be like. She was bringing them for about a week steady, and she said, sure, it certainly was cool and miserable.
Just like
And
these
this
days,
is
huh?
just fall. So she said,
Well, this is our first winter down there then, huh?
yeah, this is their first winter right now. So they don't know what to look for. They claim there's no winter there, but she said she had some tomato plants that she had planted, and they got some of them got nipped with the frost. Well, now that's a country where they never see frost. It never gets below 40. It never gets above 90, according to the advertising that you hear. But if her tomato plants were nipped, so it was way below 40.
Well, I can assure you one thing. New Zealand does get temperatures below 40.
Well,
Because New Zealand is south of Australia.
yeah.
And in South Australia, they go skiing on Mount Kosciuszko.
Well, anyway, there's just the odd remark in the last couple of letters here that don't sound as though they want to make it their permanent home. I doubt it very much.
It's better once they get used to it.
Pardon?
It's better once they get used to it.
Well, but then they've been there long enough now to.
By now, they have an inkling.
Well, they have a pretty fair idea what they would. There's lots of things they like about it, but there's lots of things they don't like too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where they are. They up here, why there's lots of things that we don't like too, but then there's lots of things we do like.
Well, for instance, it's nice to have summers that never get very hot.
Yeah.
But by the same token, it'd be nice if the winters didn't get so damn cold.
Yeah, and if the winters weren't so damn long, too.
But I'll bet you, you probably can notice it, but your winters now are not as long as they did.
Oh, they're milder too.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the scientists that study the weather claim that actually we're warming up. For instance, they studied recorded temperatures down in the States at various weather stations over a period of 100 years. There's no question but there's a trend to warming.
Oh yeah.
There are a couple of Norwegian scientists who've been studying glaciers over there, Sweden and Norway. And the glaciers are melting more rapidly now
Yeah.
than they ever have in history. So they believe that we're in for a warm cycle, and perhaps the glaciers as they now exist will largely melt.
Yeah, that would have a tendency to warm up the country.
That would have many effects.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, are we going to get...
How about it here? Get your. Are you going to play the? I've never. He started to take lessons here before Christmas, and I've never heard him play a tune.
Can he play one?
I don't know.
No, I can't.
Oh?
You have to turn this off so I can get some practice first.
Well, heck. You can practice on that. Let Kelly suffer.
No, I wouldn't want to hurt them.
Look, they can always turn it down.
They can drown out the recording if they don't like it, you see.
Well,
So you
can
might
I drown it out too?
Pardon?
Can I drown it out too if I don't
Yeah.
like it?
Well,
you
we
can-
can play it. We'll play it back and let you hear what it sounds like.
Well, you can turn it off so I can get some practice. Dad's got to get some practice too.
No, we haven't got all the time. All
We're
night.
gonna
You
get
boys
going.
are going to have to get going.
Let's
here.
go. You're playing too.
Well, are you going to play?
He's playing accordion. What do you think it's out for?
Get it out. Get going. You can get going.
On the way, boys. Over and out. Go and catch a couple of walleyes to take home.
Right?
I want to get over the sandbar for an hour or so to get a couple of walleyes.
The weather's going to clear up too.
Well, what do I do?
Pardon? Well, you're gonna play something that I played for the last 40 years if you want me to. It's almost 30 years since I played.
No.
30 years.
Miss Kelly should play it here.
What's it doing, Larry?
I don't know very good. That's the one there. Okay, okay.
Bravo! Now we hit.
That's it, Bill.
No, that was it, huh?
That was it.
Yes, sir.
Let's play another one.
Want to play something else?
No, I don't think so. I think one is enough.
How about a solo?
Well, that wasn't very good, Dad. Come on, let's play another
Want
one.
to play it? Want to play that over again? Now that you've had a chance to practice it?
No. I haven't played for so long that I'm just absolutely lost.
Well, all right. If you're not going to play anymore, I'm going to turn her off.
Yeah, I think we turned it off. I don't know if any. The only message that I can give to Irene about Eleanor is about those saplings.
Yeah. Well,
So that's it.
any messages to Karcher? Well,
No, I'm going to write him a letter.
I was going to say, if you got anything to tell Karcher, well, let me know, and
No,
I'll be talking to him. I'll probably be talking to him. You see.
yeah. Well, he wants me to get the boys' shoe sizes and
Well, what sizes are they? Put them right on the tape.
well, I don't know.
Well, there they are.
Mine are 7.
7 what? A, B, C, or D?
Well,
Is that the width?
Yeah.
It's pretty wide anyways, about C.
Well, let's see. 7C for Neil. How about for Wayne?
Same.
You wear the same size shoe?
Huh?
Do you?
Well, that doesn't seem right.
Yours?
Well,
Well,
you're
heel dress shoes are 6.5.
And a half.
Mine are 7.
Oh?
Well, that's why I didn't want to send it, but I was going to take their feet out and measure them before they went.
Well, let's
before they
see.
went
Now,
away.
you two guys are both wearing kids. Let's see who's got the bigger set of kids on. Let's both get left foots up there. How about that? You're both wearing the
Hey.
same size shoe.
All right.
No, they're not.
There's a little difference there.
Wayne's is a half size smaller.
Hey?
Wayne's a half size smaller.
Yeah. About,
Oh, so you got about a 6.5C then. That's medium wide. Anything else you need to know? You see, that's all running on a tape. That says you're writing a letter.
well,
So when's it coming up?
I just glanced through his letter. I was going to read it over carefully,
Oh.
and I don't know what what size your mother thinks. Do you know?
No.
I don't either.
I was going to say that if you knew all this information, why, just look at all the time we'd save.
Yeah.
This way, we wouldn't even have to write a letter. We just call Karcher up and hold the thing up in front of the telephone and let Karcher hear it.
Well, there was, he sent me a clipping of a sports or a hunting shoe boot that he was, but I forget what he mentioned about it, whether he was having a clipping out of a magazine. I just glanced through the letter and heard I was going to read it over and then write him after I had time to read it over. So I wouldn't know exactly what to tell him now.
I guess you'll just have to.
Oh, I'll
Write him a
have
letter.
to sit down and write him a line, I guess.
All right.
It would be very convenient to have it on tape, but then
Well, that way you'd have it and be over with it.
if I had known, I could have got prepared, you know.
Oh, you didn't know you were going to dictate a letter.
Not to the Karcher.
Well, what difference does it make? It's all
Well,
going
I say
to the letter.
I didn't know I was going to dictate to the Karcher. I figured I'm having a few words to Kelly, but
Yeah. Well, these are very handy about certain things.
yeah,
I use one in my office to dictate reports.
you told, or I mean you will tell him about seeing Lou Durfee and.
Yeah, I will see him. I'll see, of course, I see Bill and Irene. I don't see Ed very often.
No, I mean you'll see Bill and Irene and tell them about.
Tell him that Brother Durfee is
He's yeah.
from ear to ear.
He still don't like that paying for that trout.
Yeah.
Well, if they come up here again and he gives them one, then they'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Because if they keep on paying for it, he's not going to give them to them. That's all. Either quit paying for their fish or go home without. That's about the size of it.
Yeah. Well.
But anyway, he gets quite a thrill out of Bill and Irene. He really does.
Well, I don't think Mr. Durfee's doing much of anything now.
No, he isn't doing anything.
He said he was going to start fishing.
Yeah, well, you can't sit in the Legion all day and get prepared to go fishing.
No.
So that's the way it goes.
Well, at any rate, he was up there in a highway cafe. Well, we were up there a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going anywhere.
He's been between the Highway Cafe and getting a meal at the Highway Cafe and drinking beer at the Legion. That's the way he's been spending the last 3 or 4 days. Well, now he'll never get prepared to go and start fishing that way.
Well,
He hasn't even got his boat in the water yet.
that's what I mean. That boat we saw up there at the Indian River.
And it's just as likely to be up on dry land on the 1st of July.
Yeah.
And first thing you know, the season's over. By the middle of July, the season's over with. So all the fishing that he'll do won't spoil your fishing.
Won't water shotgun this year.
No, it won't spoil your fishing either, or Bill Kelly's fishing if he comes back here.
There's a station wagon. Well, I think that we better.
Listen, if you're going to go to
engine. I mean to...
If you want to run up to Sandbar, I'll pick you up there right now.
Good.
Or Neil.
Just a minute, I gotta say something to Mr. Kelly.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Kelly, I still can't catch bass at Second Lake on a fly rod. You'll have to show me how. That's all I want to say.
Well,
What do you got to say, Wayne?
well, you better tell. You had a joke to tell, Bill.
Well, look, if you'd rather we go on, you can talk to it yourself in our absence.
You tell Bill that joke that you want to tell him.
I didn't want to tell him a joke. I think Wayne
What
was
did-
one.
No, Neil.
Didn't you hear that joke?
Neil had a joke there.
You go ahead and tell Bill your story. And tell Bill your joke there. Hurry up.
You lost a penny on your chair.
Yeah, that's good. Give it back to me. I need it. You tell Bill that joke. I'll be right back.
You gonna say something?
No, I got nothing to say.
Well, I didn't tell him that joke. That's sort of a corny joke anyway.
Yeah. Well, he's a corny person.
Think so?
Yeah.
I'm trying to study in Ignace, Mr. Kelly, and it's pretty hard. You're sitting up there trying to concentrate on history and thinking of how many fish Wayne is catching out at Victoria Lake.
Mr. Kelly, I caught a bass out of second yesterday and almost killed it. Lied in the water for about 15 minutes before it finally swam away. But there's still just many bass around Kelly's Paradise and Kelly's Bay. So.